Really important story here. There's a major battle that is unfolding right now in New York, and it really does impact issues across this country. So pay attention. Thousands of protesters poured into the state capitol after New York City's mayor withdrew approval for 3 successful charter schools operating inside public school buildings in New York City. Mayor de Blasio claimed that the former mayor should never have allowed these charter schools to take over the empty public school space in the city.
We said from the beginning we were going to give a hard look to them, and when we gave that hard look, we found some that we simply could not abide by, and we took action.
Really? So many of these protesters, parents outraged and worried that their children will be forced out of these good schools.
There are failing schools all across the city. Why target us? Why target us? I brought my son to Success Academy in 3rd grade because I wanted more for him. Mayor de Blasio, how dare you? How dare you take that away from him?
I beg and I pray and I ask Blasio, please don't do this.
Incredible. Michael Graham joins us now, radio talk show host at the New England Talk Network, and Ebony Williams is an attorney and a political analyst. So just to give people a little bit more background on this story, basically, Mayor Bloomberg signed off on 3 new charter schools that would open. They'd be part of the Success Academies, which is a very successful charter school network, and kids are clamoring to get in. They have so many children on the wait list for these schools, and parents like those you saw who really hope that their kid could get a spot in one of these schools. Let's play this soundbite from one of the little boys who attends a Success Academy.
Number Stories is almost like a game to solve things that you don't know. If you want to be the smartest person in town, you gotta practice doing number stories and math.
So this is what Mayor de Blasio does not want to see more of, apparently, in New York City. Ebony, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely, Martha. Mayor de Blasio is just wrong on this issue. You know, he ran on a platform of preparing every student for success. And the best way for him to do that is to embrace a comprehensive approach that includes, yes, charter schools, yes, magnet school programs like the one his son attends at Brooklyn Tech, yes, traditional New York City public schools, and even private school vouchers. Look, I reject the notion that you have to undermine the progress of these charter schools in order to enable the progress of successful potential New York City public schools. And until those public schools get beyond failing, get beyond a 29% college readiness rate, it is unfair, who is this mayor, to undermine that progress.
So why, Michael, why would he do this if it's so politically unpopular?
Well, because the people with the political power find the charter schools unpopular. Why did Mayor de Blasio say, I'm going to take a hard look at this? Well, because in the multi-way Democratic primary, he wanted the teachers' unions on board. And the teachers' unions hate anything that connects the performance of the teacher to the outcome of the kid. They're desperate to divide that. And you can't argue with the results of the charter schools. When one of the charter schools in Harlem, 6th graders, have the highest math scores in the state, and that's one of the schools that's going to lose its space in this public building. How the heck can you say it's a good thing to shut that down? But if your goal is to make sure that teachers' unions keep the money pouring in and the crappy students flowing out in a city where about 30% of the kids have a pass rate for those tests, then you oppose charter schools and choice and everything else.
Yeah. I mean, is this about the teachers and the unions, or is it about these children who want to go to these schools? Take a look at these scores. And these are from Success Academies. There's a lot of successful charter networks out there. There's some charter schools that are not successful. But this is the actual group that de Blasio is not allowing into these spaces in New York City schools. 82% of them passed the math state exam. Okay, in the math state exam, 30% in New York City public schools passed, okay? Let's take a look at the English scores, where 58% of them in these schools passed. In New York City public schools, 26% of them passed. So why would you not be looking at this model and saying, how can we repeat it? How can we copy what they're doing so that more children can do well on these tests, Ebony?
Yes, certainly. I mean, to me, that seems like a no-brainer. I completely support teachers. I am a product of public schools, a great magnet school program I was privileged to go to. So I understand that concern. But I'm with you, Martha. At the end of the day, we really want our teachers, we care about them to the extent that they're effective in the classroom, you know. And I really don't understand why this push, unless it's like Michael said, it's coming from a union perspective to undermine these clearly successful school programs.
I mean, these teachers are being paid more than than public school teachers. And I also want to point out, these are essentially public schools, these charter schools, because they're essentially majority public school funded. And these teachers are getting 13 weeks training per year who work at these schools on top of this teaching that they're doing. So it's something to watch across the nation. Thank you so much, Michael and Ebony. Great to have you both.
Thank you.
Some very